Tonight, sous vide pork tenderloin with a nice baked potato. No, wait. I'm roasting the potatoes, not baking them. I'll figure out my intro and other thing. I gotta figure out a nice way of doing this. But hey, here's a quick, fun sous vide recipe with potatoes and veg. Hope you like it. So, we just add tap cold water. The system will heat it up itself. And then you'll just put it into the sous vide machine, which is a Pampered Chef multi-cooker. Living in an apartment, we need many multifunction devices because we just don't have the storage. Select your temperature. I chose 145 because I know that searing afterwards will help. 2.5 hours. You can't overcook on sous vide, which is a great feature. So now it's warming up the water, and it'll let me know when that's ready. But now to prep the meat. 2 pork tenderloins from Sobeys. They were on sale, so I grabbed them. Now I just trim off the bigger chunks of sinew and fat. You want to be careful here because you still want some bits of fat on for when you do sear it at the end. I try not to take it all off. Season liberally to your satisfaction because some people like different seasons. I like a bunch of different ones, especially that smoky applewood. Oh, that's such a good one. But anyway, make sure you get both sides. And if I make a mess, what I end up doing is I just start rolling what's left of the meat into it, and sometimes even dump the thing in the bag. So anyway, put it into a Ziploc, or you can actually buy sous vide bags that you can work for doing that with. I just use Ziploc. Hasn't let me down yet. So just clear that for now. Set it aside. When the sous vide machine tells me it's ready, just pop them in. You might have to burp some air out of it. Make sure they're fully submerged and that your seam isn't underwater. And then put the lid back on and you're good to go to just tell it to start the timer. Potatoes. You now have lots of time because you still have 2.5 hours on the meat. So you just peel your potatoes and then figure out how else you're going to cook them. So today I've decided I'm going to wedge them. To do that, I have this little wedgie thingy that makes me even size wedges. And you just pop them down like that. Pop them in your bowl, you're good to go. Now one thing you want to do with potatoes after you cut them is give them a quick rinse to get starches off them. Pre-mix a few spices. Oop, that one got away. It's back. Mix them up your potatoes. Then you want to pour them into a nice small dish. Grease that with a little bit of a cooking spray. Spread them out. And of course you want to make sure they're all nice and patted gently because that's always good. Of course a little bit of butter never hurts just because it will heat up. Cover with tin foil. You want to cover it tin foil at this point. And just something simple, nothing fancy. And then into the oven it will go. This oven was preheated to 375 and you just pop them in there. I set this time, I was setting a timer for half an hour. Broccoli, microwave steaming dish, piece of cake, you know how that goes. Lock the lid, real easy. After about that half hour is up, you want to pull out those potatoes. You want to take that tin foil off, and then you just have that oh so smelly goodness. Then you'll pop them back in the oven, still on 375 for another 20 to 30 minutes. But this time, and now you have all this ready, so you'll pull this out over to your preheated stainless steel cast iron pan. Will allow you to hear that sizzle. Listen to that sizzle go. You want to do this, some people call this reverse sear, and that helps sort of char the spices into the meat, which is sous vide really does a good job. And then you flip it a few times, about a minute on each side, and then with the meat. The meat is already cooked, so all we're doing right now is adding color and a crust to the actual tenderloins itself. Like I said, I use a cast iron pan, preheated with some olive oil. Sometimes a few different spices mixed in, and sometimes you get the flavored olive oil. That always adds a little bit, or even some butter. And mix them up, make sure you get all the sides. Sometimes balancing things on the sides is a bit of a challenge, but it's always part of the fun to make things tasty. And like I said, minute and a half on each side. Now you're about the point where you get that broccoli into the microwave, 7.5, 8 minutes to your liking. Then you want to pop these out. Now, resting is critical. When I talk about resting the meat, you just let it sit before you cut it. So it's properly rested. Now it's time to cut. And as you will see, The color goes wall to wall. It's all the same color. And it's nice and juicy because with resting, the juices go back into the meat and they don't run all over your cutting board. So I'm just cutting up one right now because that's more than enough for the one meal with my wife and I. Pull the potatoes out. They're nicely crisped up. Disregard that gravy. That was a mistake I made. Broccoli is now steamed, water drained, add a little bit of butter. Putting the plate together, add potatoes, add the broccoli, and if I hadn't messed up the gravy, serve. Just like that. Simple dish. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.